Old joke. Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. It's the final issue of SCI-Spy.
Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Linkara's gonna teach you all a lesson you won't learn. Brodsky, you're not the smartest. Life out, you're not an artist. Anyone who's had a bad comic published, it could be your turn. Linkara, he's a man punch, wears a birdie hat. Linkara, he has a magic gun. Where'd he purchase that? Linkara, coins, robots, Amazons and trucks. Linkara, this comic sucks. Linkara.
Wow. Can you believe it, everyone? The final issue of SCI-Spy. It's been quite a journey since the 8th episode of this show where I first reviewed it. Well, thank God it's finally over! Anyone who says that the journey is more important than the destination never had to read this crap! SCI-Spy is about Sebastian Starchild, a super-duper secret super-maxi extreme ultra super spy who's not actually a spy because he engages in little to no espionage. Rather, he's the last pure DNA human, the rest of whom have genetically modified themselves to look like birds and cats and armadillos or whatever, in an effort to disguise themselves from an alien race that took over the Earth and strip-mined it. Unfortunately, Mother Bank, the artificial intelligence currently running things, neglected to inform humanity of the alien threat, so they're rather unprepared for the coming invasion. Fortunately, Starchild's partner is actually a dimensionally transcendental robot who has a bunch of other agents with him, and now has to try to stop the aliens from coming out of a wormhole that will lead them right to humanity. Also, sugar cubes of death from space! So let's dig into SCI-Spy number 6 and finally put this thing to rest! I do love how the covers have had a mixture of them, sometimes half-decent and sometimes absolute garbage. Fortunately, this one's one of the better ones. It still doesn't help the spy aspect, but they gave up the pretense on that one a while ago. Instead, we just have a very dynamic-looking cover. Starchild in a bit of stereotypical James Bond holding two guns look, but he's in a spacesuit and walking along the hull of a spaceship upside down. There's awesome action bits in the background, an explosion, evil alien ships, the wormhole exit behind them. This is actually a really damn good cover. Hey, maybe having a good cover is a sign that the final issue won't be that bad! We open where we left off last time, with Starchild trying to plug an explosive eyeball into the engine core of the ship. Black and Shacks, check your guts! I don't think you've been eating right lately. How's your fiber? Naturally, Shadow Black and Shax are not too excited about the prospect of blowing themselves to hell and back, and are in the process of debating whether or not they should try to stop Starchild. However, they ultimately decide that life under the Xeno-aliens would be worse. Are we agreed? Selling out the human race was a mistake? Yeah, turns out the taxes on it are way more than it's worth. Nope. But underestimating the human race sure as hell was. Any species that produces that many bacon-based products can't be that bad. The two even high-five at how determined all the humans are to fight the aliens to the bitter end. Aw, epic bromance between these two. And they die right after Starchild plants the eye-bomb. Let us not forget these two wonderful traitors to the human race. I will remember you. Well, Orb, I suppose that was some kind of redemption. Yeah, the gooey kind. Apple! All agents, this is no time to lose our heads. Not when the ISIS bot's already got it covered. This is the time to make stupid jokes, though. And check it out, even when she's decapitated and just standing there, the artist felt the need to draw her as if her clothes hugged every contour of her ass. You know, we keep telling bad artists to go to life drawing classes in order to learn how to draw the human body correctly, but maybe we should have, like, clothed models instead of nude ones, so we can teach them how clothes work! Odds are we're ash-deep in a suicide mission, but I say we fight to the last nanosecond. I'm with Starchild! Thank you, anonymous cannon fodder. Your support is appreciated. Alright, start shoving them out. Fast!
You shove off!
And apparently someone is still inside the Isis Nile body because we see two hands coming out with spacesuits.
Ah, thank you, Thing.
And so everyone quickly gets spacesuits out and retreats to the outside of the ship. Unfortunately, the alien crew pursues them, crawling out of every airlock. Fall back! Away from the hatches! Find cover! Oh, right, yeah. I'm sure there's an abundance of chest-high walls on the surface of an alien spaceship. You've just got to expect a lot of firefights on the hull. What follows is a lot of go, 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 move, 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 and whatnot for about 2 pages before the other SCI-Spy agents begin asking, what the hell is the damn point? The ship's gonna blow up any second now. However, it seems the explosive is remote controlled and Starchild is waiting for the right moment to detonate, specifically when the ship begins to pass through the other end of the wormhole so the explosion can seal it once and for all and keep the aliens from ever using it in the future to find and attack them. However, there was also a second part to that plan. I hoped somebody might get antsy waiting outside the other end. Maybe bring in a rescue ship up ahead! So your plan was to just hope that somebody got nervous enough to want to take a peek inside and provide you an escape. Your plan relied on a Deus Ex Machina to save your ass. Sebastian Starchild, tactical genius.
You magnificent bastard, I read your book!
But good for him, he happens to be right. The real Isis Nile comes flying in, her ship naturally designed without a chair, and instead she has to stand up with her skin-tight pants and high heels. Dead-ahead lock on morphic resonance fields of Sebastian Starchild and cadre of SCI-Spy agents. No signal, however, from your Tesseract simulacrum. The bot, and hang on to your sweet ass, Starchild. I don't know how you can tell if his ass is any good. Unlike you, his clothes aren't designed to wedgie up his crack. Also, that face! Why, Paul Kulesi, why? Anyway, the Xenos launch fighters to attack the rescue ship, and Starchild directs all the agents to open fire on the fighters to clear a path for her to pick them up. They bunch up and are taken aboard with the bright green glow of Mountain Dew. By the way, nice to see your head again. Last time I saw a robot without a head like that was in Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. What? I can joke about History of Power Rangers now. I announced actual release dates for it. They fly off, but unfortunately Nile didn't time her escape well enough. They're too close to the wormhole exit to not detonate the bomb, but they're still in the blast radius. I guess you're right. Give me your hand. We'll go out together. Ready? Hell no, but do it. Aw, isn't that sweet? They're trying to have a moment. It's a pity I hate these characters, and thus I do not care if they live or die. The ship detonates and, hot damn, that actually looks cool. And I know why. It's lifted from V'ger's explosion/ascension to another reality from Star Trek the Motion Picture. And as boring as that film is, it's still infinitely superior to Sci-Spy. Still, kudos for replicating the visual effect, it looks nice. Here it comes, Nile. Rest in whatever passes for peace. Well, I see that romantic moment's over. Back to being annoying. Screw that, Starchild, and grab your ass! Okay. So what, am I supposed to wiggle or something now? Nile is hoping to ride the shockwave of the explosion out the rest of the way. And fortunately for them, it seems to work. They exit out the other end of the wormhole. The problem is that with the wormhole's collapse, it's reverting into a black hole. which I thought was a collapsed star and not a collapsed wormhole, but frankly at this point I just do not care in the slightest. The comic is trying to pad itself with more and more attention, even though this is not the kind of story where they'd actually sacrifice the main characters. Look, the story is over, okay, SCI-Spy? You won! You stopped the big alien invasion and proved that Starchild is the super bestest ever because he doesn't have genetic modifications, even though that didn't play into the story in any meaningful fashion! Seriously, did any of that matter in the grand scheme of things, or did Paul Gulacy just want an excuse to not have to draw human beings normally since he sucks at faces? Ugh, whatever. They jettison the ship's armor in order to get a little more push and escape the black hole's gravity well, and they can proceed home.
And there was much rejoicing.
Borderline harrowing, Niall, but not bad for a Plan B. Plan B? I forgot, that wasn't really you, was it? Who wasn't? He's talking about our ride, Niall. The you who lost her robot head. The what? The robot you. We talked about this. The where? Niall, are you okay? What does the color blue taste like? Did we have more than one robot? Talk about birth pains. You should have seen us squirm out of your Trojan bod. See, now I'm just thinking about a different kind of Trojan here and envisioning a full-body condom. Do we discuss details, Starchild, or do I bite my tongue? Whatever gets you guys to stop talking. And so they start making out and... Wait, what's with that sound effect? Go, go, go? The hell? Go-go boots? Go-go Power Rangers? The hell is that coming from? A few hours later, we cut to Starchild back in his home base, surrounded by holograms and the like. Mother Bank is talking to him through the orb, saying she'll understand if he decides to resign his commission, given everything he's found out. When I decide, you'll be the first to know, Mother. That's the first time you've shortened my name, Sebastian. The very first time you've actually called me... I wouldn't take too much pride in that, Mother Bank. Even Marcus from Avengers number 200 called Miss Marvel Mother. Not that it matters anyway, since Starchild orders his hyena dog thing, hey, another thing that never actually amounted to anything in the story, to chomp down on the orb and swallow it. Youch. Given the size of it, hyena dog is gonna choke on that thing. You're a real asshole, Starchild. Oh, and it seems that even his buddy, the orb, is still active inside of the dog and is naturally upset about being swallowed. Starchild is a total dick. Cut the hollows, too. I need privacy tonight. You also need me, pal. Quit bellyaching, Orb. Sooner or later, you'll come out just fine. Or I'll just gut my dog to get you out. Whatever, I really don't care. I'm really kind of a shicko. And so our comic ends with Starchild and Niall together and exchanging innuendo about how they're gonna have sex. The end!
We hope you've enjoyed No Moral Theater, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I can now say that I have read and reviewed all of SCI-Spy. I can also say that this comic would have been greatly improved by the presence of Sheriff Pepper.
What are you? Some kind of doomsday machine, boy!
Yeah, I'm sticking with that assertion. Still a better James Bond-related character than Starchild. This comic sucks! What a complete and utter waste of time! And I don't just mean me reading it. People actually had to spend time writing and editing and drawing and coloring this crap. SCI-Spy is totally pointless. A few good ideas scattered about, but it's mostly just boring characters failing to display any kind of human emotions or development. Add on character invincibility for the leads, and we end up with a lack of tension or concern for their well-being. Hell, you can't even call this James Bond in space, since we already had James Bond in space. It was called Moonraker, and despite containing a hell of a lot of boring parts itself, it was still better than this. The characters suck, the story sucks, the artwork sucks. This entire miniseries sucks more than that black hole. Man, it feels good to finally bring this thing to an end. SCI-Spy number 1 was my 8th episode. What was the 9th episode? Superman at Earth's End. Next Next week, we end Commandiate Earth's End 2.
I'm sitting on my couch reviewing comics, the worst words that you will ever see. It's sad that comic books are for kids, but they're not. They're for everybody. Linkara. If you doubt that I am a man, I am a man.
Actually, here's a weird connection for you. Both SCI-Spy and Commandiate Earth's End feature overbearing computers named Mother. Do you think a lot of writers have issues with their parents?